I hope you have unlimited text messaging. By Miss Carr. Chapter 44. Conversation 34. The logistics of dating a fugitive. Anthony. How was therapy? Nomad. It was okay. We are still in the getting to know each other phase. I have another session tomorrow, so hopefully we'll get to talk about some real things. Anthony. Like your best friend murdering your current boyfriend's parents when he was brainwashed by a cult that worshipped an ancient inhuman that totally stabbed him in the back. Or, more importantly, the fact that you blame yourself for said BFF getting kidnapped and brainwashed by the cult of Hive. Nomad. I think that's a session 4 or 5 conversation. Anthony. I'm not sure. I was working on a toaster for the first few sessions. I'm really open when I'm in the zone. Nomad. I'm painting and sketching. I have some stuff that I'm actually sending you, but not from the sessions. Anthony, you are too good to me, although I would love to see what you're drawing in therapy. Nomad, maybe someday. I'm doing some sketches of my old neighborhood. She thinks it might help me reconcile things. I don't know, it just makes me sad. Anthony, that's okay to be sad. It's okay to mourn the past. Just don't live there all the time. Nomad, I'm starting to get that. Anthony, I would also be okay. Not ready to share. I have some therapy letters that Dr. Suarez had me write under about 20 layers of encryption. I get that you may not be ready to share. What is the name of the doctor you're saying? I want to do a background check to make sure he or she is actually qualified. Okay, really? I just want to make sure he or she is not a serial killer. No, man. That's actually a valid concern of yours? Anthony, did I mention that your girlfriend's ex-husband used psych profiles to kill his fellow Inhuman because he was worried everybody was a threat? No, man. You neglected to mention that. Anthony, sorry. No, man. I wish I could tell you her name, but I can't. I think it is covered under our national security honesty exception. I really want to, but it's not safe. Anthony, because you don't want the CIA to be busting down your door anytime soon. No, man. Yes, but don't worry, because Laura vetted her personally. Anthony, I don't want the CIA to show up either, and I do trust Laura. Anthony is just not being able to talk about things like this makes things unbalanced. I mean, I am able to tell you some little anecdotes about Yo-Yo using her superpowers to send me inappropriate jokes about board members that she would like to punch out. No, man. Not surprised. Anthony, you can't even tell me if you did something as ordinary as run in the rain, because that may help someone figure out where you are. No, man. Okay, I don't think we have to go that far because these conversations are encrypted. They are encrypted, right? Anthony, extremely encrypted, but I don't trust any technology. Also, apparently every single one of my so-called friends knew that I had a crush on you before I did. No, man. Because you used to sleep with a plush of me? Anthony, also did Coulson, especially after his dad was killed, and that was Captain America, not you. Friday. You did take a few of his t-shirts and are currently using them to sleep in. The images have been sent to your Nomad account. Anthony, you know, as soon as this is over, you're going to have to sign the replacement trading cards that I found for him. No, man. I probably should, since he is keeping the UN from coming to get me. Anthony, again, the UN adores Nomad. It's just the US government that would really like Captain America back. Apparently, because they paid for your powers, they feel like they own you. Nomad, then they're just going to have to get a new Captain America. Anthony, I'm still working on it, but Mr. Patriotism isn't sure that America is ready for an Asian female Captain America. Of course, Mr. Patriotism probably wants that shield all to himself. I've seen the sketches for his new tactical suit. He put in muscles. No, man. You're kidding? Anthony? Nope. I think they based the design off of your old shield uniform, but with a new eagle up front and with 100% more fake muscles. Anthony, see, with you, that wasn't a problem because all your muscles are real. I kind of want to lick whipped cream off of all of them. No, man. Still not doing text message 6. Anthony, fine, just ruin my fun. Anthony, so questions about everything you're doing day to day is out of the question, and I'm sure Friday can find the good stuff for me on Twitter. Social media has taken over the world, and you have quite the following. No, man. But there are other things you can ask. Anthony, okay, why am I getting a hard no on telecommunications 6? No, man. Because I want the first time we do anything together to be in person. I don't want to just imagine what kissing you would be like. I want to know how your tongue feels against mine. I want to know what you taste like before I fantasize about it. I want to know what your hands feel like against my skin before you talk me into getting off. Anthony, You're doing a really good job without knowing those things. So apparently, you're afraid of fantasies not living up to reality, and since I'm a 46-year-old recovering from a heart condition, reality is probably going to be harsh. Also, I'm a bit of a bastard. No, man. No, you're not. Anthony. Okay, maybe we should go to less filthy ground, which means I can't ask you about your time as a pornographic cartoonist, so just tell me one thing you did today. No, man. I had grilled cheese for lunch. Anthony. And I actually had breakfast this morning instead of 6 cups of coffee. Yo-Yo takes being my fake assistant very seriously. Okay, maybe not something so mundane. No, man. Okay, I had 4 grilled cheese sandwiches for lunch. They're just so small. It's like sometimes I still feel guilty about getting extra food. Or no, Mom sometimes went without eating just so I could. Anthony. At the Afghanistan Hilton, more than once, Ian Sid gave me his rations. I felt extremely guilty eating a giant cheeseburger when I got back, which I promptly threw up. Don't try to eat Burger King after surviving with 5 months of minimal food. No, man. I will remember that. No, man. I also stumbled over a simple question in therapy. Anthony. What was the question? No, man. Do you have any siblings? Anthony. I can understand why that's no longer a simple question. Do you actually count someone as a sibling that you've never met? Not only that, I assume she doesn't even know you exist. No, man. I don't know. I don't even know she knows that I exist. Probably not, since what my father did is so classified. There has to be hundreds of Joseph Rogers in the world. Anthony. Are you planning to meet her someday? No, man. I don't know that either. I've seen pictures of my dad, and I look a lot like him, especially now. I think I would just bring back bad memories. No, man. Because as of right now, it's not exactly like I can go to Vegas. Anthony. Although, if I was trying to get lost in the continental U.S., I think Vegas would be the place to do it. No, man. It wasn't just hard to answer that question because of my biological sister, but growing up, Bucky was a brother to me. I thought I let him die. Then I found out he's not dead. But is that really the case? Maybe the only thing left really is a shell. Especially considering the way things are right now. Anthony, another thing to talk about in therapy once you get to that point. Unfortunately, I have my own therapy appointment to get to. Actually, I'm late too, because apparently I forgot about it until you just showed up to my line to drag me there. Anthony, I'll write you later. No, man. You know, we are going to have a talk about Bucky eventually. Anthony, we will get there, but I want us to at least get to the 2-week mark before then. Also, I'm not lying about therapy. Yo-Yo's glaring at me right now. She's threatening to take my phone. No, man. I'm not going to break up with you because of that. Anthony, I hope not. Anthony, this is Mrs. Rodriguez, Mr. Stark's assistant. He will be available after his session.